नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् शृण्वतां स्वकथाः कृष्णः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृद्यन्तस्थो ह्यभद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृत्सतां नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी ग्रन्थराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। We are continuing. Today we are going to discuss Canto 1, Chapter 3. Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Krishna is the Supreme Lord, Swayam Bhagavan, Avatari. That is the subject matter of this chapter. Very quickly, once again, a quick overview of first canto. First canto is of two parts. Chapter number 1 to chapter number 3 is prelude, what we talked day before yesterday and today. So this is all prelude, introduction, prologue to the first canto. And the rest of the chapters, the 16 chapters from chapter 4 to chapter 19, it has the main narration. In the main narration, there is questions and answers about the book, and there are questions and answers about the listener, Maharaj Parikshit, and also questions and answers about the speaker, Sūta Gosvāmī. In the first chapter, we have discussed first chapter, 3 parts. First part, Mangalacharana. The very first verse is offering obeisances to the Supreme Lord, Satyam Param, by Vyasadeva. And second chapter is talking about Vastu Nirdesha. This is Adhikari, Vishaya, Sambandha and Prayojana, the scripture quadruple we discussed. And third verse is about Ashirvad, given by Vyasadeva to all the readers, that may you enjoy Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Rasika, Pibata, Bhāgavatam Rasamalayam, Rasika Bhuvi Bhavuka. And then there is context setting. Sūta Gosvāmī arrived in Naimisharanya, and there were 88,000 sages gathered. They were discussing. They are asking Sūta Gosvāmī questions. And Sūta Gosvāmī is welcomed before that, and he was glorified. And then they have asked 6 questions. Quickly, what is the first question? What is the
ultimate good
Pumsam ekantatah shreyam. What is the ultimate good for?
People in general.
People in general, all human beings. Okay. What is the second question?
What is the essence of all
What is the essence of all the scriptures? Okay. And what is the third one?
Why did Krishna personally appear?
Why did Lord Krishna Swayam Bhagavan personally appear? Very good. Fourth one?
Describe about the puruṣa avatars.
Yeah, the activities that Lord performed in the puruṣa avatars. That is the fourth question. Fifth one?
What are all the activities that Krishna performed along with
Balrama, and also about his Lila avatars. What are the activities Krishna has performed in various Lila avatars, and personally also along with Balrama in Vrindavan. Yeah. Last one.
Where did dharma take shelter after Krishna's
Where
departure?
did dharma take shelter after Krishna departed to his own abode? That is the first chapter. In second chapter, again we discussed it. In second chapter, how many questions were answered?
4.
4 questions were answered. First again, it started with Mangalacharana. Because yesterday, the first canto, the started with Mangalacharana of Vyasadeva. Here the Mangalacharana by Sūta Gosvāmī. First he did Guru Vandana, offering Dandavats to Shukadeva Goswami and Devata Vandana. And then he appreciated, I think I missed this verse, 5th verse yesterday. So he said that you all have asked wonderful questions related to Krishna. And he was very happy with, and then he started answering those questions. So first he answers the first question. What is the answer to the first question? First question is, once again, what is the ultimate good for people in general? So we were discussing about the second chapter. In second chapter, 4 questions are answered. The first 4 questions are answered. First, it started with the Mangalacharana by Sūta Gosvāmī. There is Guru Vandana, offering Dandavats to Sukadeva Goswami, and then Devata Vandana, and then he was appreciating the good questions. Then what is the answer to the first question? What is the ultimate good for people in general?
Ahetuki and apratihata bhakti.
Ahaituki apratihata bhakti. Unmotivated, uninterrupted bhakti. Answer is not just bhakti. That bhakti should be uninterrupted and unmotivated. Okay. That is the correct answer. He also took other answers and said that they are not the correct answers. He said Jnana is not, Vairagya is not ultimate good, and Swadharma is not the ultimate good. Swadharma is good. Swadharme nidhanam shreha. Krishna says Swadharma is good, definitely, but it's not the ultimate good. And then they took 4 Purusharthas and discussed. That is also not the ultimate. And he describes that dharma, artha, kama, moksha. The 4 things. Dharma should not be meant for artha. Artha should not be meant for kama. Kama should not be meant for indriya priti. One can accept sense gratification only as much as is needed for maintaining the life, jivana nirvahana. The ultimate purpose of life is tattva jigyasa and inquiring about the absolute truth. Tattva is absolute truth. Yeah. And dharmasya hi apavargasya. Dharma is meant for moksha, bhakti. Okay. And then the second question is answered. What is the essence of all scriptures? What is that?
Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam and Archanam to Krishna.
Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Archanam to Krishna. Girish Prabhu had questioned that where is it said? There is one verse here. Shrotavya kirtitavyasya dhyaya pujyasya nityada. It said one should chant, one should hear, one should meditate, and one should worship. The same thing I took and just put the nouns instead of verbs. When I made that, it became Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Archana. Yeah. So it's direct answer. And there is one more word missing here. What is that? Nityada. Always. Continuously, regularly. Not on weekends. Like, not in break time. Yeah. So that is important. Essence of all scriptures is to hear, chant, remember, worship Krishna all the time. Yeah. And then we also discussed, okay, if you have attraction to hearing, that's good. If you don't have attraction to hear, there's a big process explained, very detailed. And also, why only to Krishna, bhakti? Why not to Shiva? Why not to Brahma? That is explained. Why not to Devatas, Prajapatis? That is explained. Because Vasudeva is the goal of all kinds of sadhana, and ultimate benefit will come by worshipping Vasudeva. So that is the answer. Next, 4th question is answered. Describes the Lord's great activities in relation to creation, Puruṣavataras. What are the 3 activities that the Lord does?
Creation of the universe.
Creation of the universes.
Entering each universe as Paramatma. And situated in all living beings as Paramatma.
Situating in all living entities as Paramatma, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, and make them enjoy the gunas. Yeah. Okay. Lastly, 3rd question is answered. Why did Lord appear personally?
Protection.
To delight. Bhavayati. Bhavayati means to delight, to protect, to maintain, to entertain. Yeah. And to make them joyful. That's why Lord appears. Okay. This is the 2nd chapter. Now, these 4 questions are answered. Now we are coming to the 3rd chapter. I'll give the quick overview. Then we will get into the verse by verse. So the 5th question is answered. What is the 5th question? Please relate the topics of Lord's Leela Avataras. That is the 5th question. And also, there is a 6th question. That is Where did Dharma take shelter after Krishna left to his abode? That is the sixth question. Before these two answers, an elaborate description of signs of avatars is mentioned. Yeah. While answering fifth question, once again he recaps Purusha avatars and then gets it to this Lila avatars or Kalpa avatars. Why? Anybody has idea? See, before talking about the Lila avatars, once again he switches back to Purusha avatars. Any reason why? Prabhupada said multiple times in his purport.
It is also part of his Leela.
It is also part of his Leela. Anything can be Leela. But particularly, I won't call these avatars Leela avatars because there are many Leela avatars. For example, Lord Balaji, that's Leela avatara. Why is he not here? So he's talking about Kalpa avatars, particular to this particular Kalpa. If before speaking about these 22 Kalpa avatars, he speaks once again briefly about Purusha avatars. Why? If you read the purports carefully, you will find it. Because Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is the source of all these Kalpa avatars. That is why, once again he says, from Karanodaka Vishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu comes, and from him, through Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, all others, avatars come, Kalpa avatars, he will say like that. This Garbhodakashayi Vishnu or Kshirodakashayi Vishnu is like a main door, main entry to material world. So any avatara comes, they're coming through Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. Yeah, even Lord Krishna comes, he's coming like that. Yeah. Okay. Now, the fifth question is answered. Please relate the topics of Lord's avatars. There is activities of Purusha avatars as a context to this thing, and the activities of the Kalpa avatars. There are 22 Kalpa avatars are discussed. Chatush Kumāras. What they did, one particular activity of them, briefly, it is told, accepted lifelong brahmacharya. And the Varāha said, lifted earth from Rasatala. Nārada taught Pancharatra, Narada Pancharatra. Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi performed great austerity. Kapila propagated Sankhya Shastra. Dattātreya taught Atma Vidya. Yajña ruled Swayambhu Manvantara. He played the role of Indra. Ṛṣabha showed the path of Paramahamsa Marga. Pṛthu milked the earth. Matsya protected Vaivasvata Manu. Yeah, he becomes Vaivasvata Manu. Whom did he protect? King Satyavrata. And Kūrma held Mandara Parvata. Dhanvantari gave Ayurveda. Mohinī distributed nectar to Devatas. Nṛsiṁha killed Hiranyakashipu. Vāmana begged Bali Maharaja. See, one particular pastime you have to tell about Vāmana is that it shows begging pastime from Bali Maharaj. Parshurama killed Kshatriyas 21 times. Vyasa divided the one Veda into 4 Vedas. What was the one Veda? Original Veda? Yajurveda. Yeah. So, Rama built bridge across the ocean. See, whenever one verse is telling about one verse, if you have to tell Rama, this pastime is taken. Because it's the most wonderful pastime of Lord Rama. Krishna revealed the burden of earth, relieved the burden of earth, Balarama also. And Buddha bewilders atheists, Kalki kills the demonic kings. So now, many people have some questions. Why only 22? Why not some of the others? Why he's telling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 21, 22? He's counting the numbers. But what way, how is he counting these numbers? For example, some has question. Vyasa is given before Rama. Vyasa is given before Rama. How can Vyasa be before Rama? How is he counting? He generally says that there are many avatars. He can tell in whatever order he wants to tell. But he is very particularly telling number 1, number 2, number 3. There is some significance to that number also. Some of the acharyas spoke about that. So, many Vyasas come. Okay. And there is Rama after that Vyasa also. Vyasa comes multiple times. Yeah. Here, each avatara is coming. Vāmana comes multiple times. You may see that, for example, it's logical that Vāmana is after Nṛsiṁha. Because Nṛsiṁha avatara, the pastime of Prahlad is there, and Prahlada's grandson is Bali, and then Vāmana comes later. But if you go to Kūrma avatara, You see also Bali, because it's like, demons and devatas, they were fighting. Demons are headed by Bali Maharaja. Then why is Kūrma before? Remember, these things are appears that their first appearance. They have appeared multiple times. Their first appearance is being talked about here. That's when, if you put, all numbers make sense. And he will use past tense until verse number 20. Sukadeva Goswami uses future tense, like, about Buddha and Kalki, because it is a prediction that Buddha and Kalki will appear. And Bhagavatam is 5,000 years old, and at that time Buddha and Kalki were not there. And the prediction, Kalki is still not there, but these are predictions. So he will use past tense and then future tense. Okay, these are 22 avatars. I won't call them Leela avatars, because every avatar is Leela avatar. Why only this? It's Kalpa avatars. So the famous Kalpa avatars appeared in this day of Brahma. That's what he was describing. And then, science of avatars, he says, avatars are unlimited. Krishna is avatari. Very good. After giving all these things, he will conclude. Yeah. And then he says, Krishna comes to relieve the burden of the earth. Yeah. And Vishwarupa immediately comes. What about Vishwarupa? Vishwarupa clearly says Vishwarupa is not an avatara. That's a material form. And then it says avatars are non-material. They are transcendental. Vishwarupa is different. Only devotees understand avatars' activities. Non-devotees cannot understand. And he will also tell what is the benefit of understanding the avatars. Then finally, Bhagavatam is avatara. Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. And then the last question is answered. When Krishna left to his own abode, Dharma took shelter of Bhagavatam. That means all dharmas are there in Bhagavatam. There is Swadharma also. There is Parodharma also. So don't misunderstand that Bhagavatam is rejecting Swadharma. That is a misconception. Bhagavatam is rejecting the cheating dharma. That means that Swadharma, which is not producing attraction to Vishwakshena Kathas, that is called as Shrama Evahi Kevalam. That is called as Dharma Projita Kaitavaha, not in general Swadharma. So last question is answered. After this says, I heard Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami. I will explain as he explained and realized. As he explained and realized. He says, Yathatitam Yathamati. I will explain. So, quickly, pastimes of Purusha avatars, pastimes of Kalpa avatars, the incarnations are unlimited and Krishna is avatari. Vishwarupa is not an avatara. The incarnation of the Supreme Lord are transcendental. The pastimes of Lord's incarnation are understood only by devotees. The Bhagavata avatara is non-different from Supreme Lord. In Kali Yuga, Dharma took shelter of Bhagavatam. These are contents. Sūta uvacha Jagruhe paurusham rūpam Bhagavan mahadadibihi Sambhutam sodasakalam Ādau loka sisrukshaya. In the beginning of the creation, first of all, the Supreme Lord accepted the form of the eternal first Purusha, full like the moon, for creating universes from Mahatattva and other elements. Why it is called Shodashakalam? Shodashakalam means 16 colors. Is compared with moon. Moon has 16 colors. Why moon has 16 colors? Because there is Paurnami and Amavasya, that is 2. And the remaining 14 colors are same. Like, Tidhi. It will gradually increase and gradually decrease. Is 0 in Amavasya and he is full in Paurnami. In between there are 14. The same 14 colors are repeating later. He will gradually decrease one step a day. So, the colors of moon are 16. That's why he is compared. Like moon, he has 16 colors. What are his 16 colors? We understand moon 16 colors. What are the 16 colors of the Lord? It is said that Shodasam Sambhutam Shodasakalam. That is the Panchabhutas and the Pancha Tanmatras, the Pancha Gyanendriyas and the Mahatattva. It's counted like that, 16. See, there are different way of counting the elements. The different way of counting the elements. That is told in the 3rd canto later. This is one way. 16 kalas. Yeah. And Karmendriyas are not counted many times. Just the Gyanendriyas are counted. And this including Mahatattva and other elements. Jagruhe Paurusham Rupam Bhagavan Mahadadibihi. Mahat and other. That means Mahat plus 15. There are 16 kalas are there. Adav in the beginning. Loka Srishrukshaya. Very clearly he said Loka Srishrukshaya. This way for the purpose of creating the material universe. The Lord accepted the form. Yeah, this is the Karanodaka Shai Vishnu, the Adi Purusha. Yasyambhasishayanasya Yoga Nidram Vitanvataha Nabihradambujadasit Brahmā Vishvasujampatihi. After Garbhodakashai Vishnu lay on the water and went into the trance, Brahma, the Lord of the universal creation, appeared from the lotus in the water of his navel. Taking one particular Brahmanda, one particular universe, our universe, it is taken. He said, Nabhi Hridambujadasit. Brahma Vishvasrujampatihi. Here Brahma is created from the navel of the Garbhodakashai Vishnu. We'll get into the details. This all will come again and again. And he is always in Yoga Nidra. And he is there in this water. This water is of the Garbhodaka ocean. He is sleeping. Yasyavayava samsthanai Kalpito loka vistaraha Tadvai bhagavato rupam Visuddham sattvamurjitam. Yasya means whose, we are talking about whom? Garbhodakashai Vishnu. Over, no? Karanodaka over, we told it came from Brahma. Whenever we say Yasya, just immediately remember the previous context. That is Garbhodakashai. Yasya avayava samsthanai kalpito loka vistara. It is believed that all the universal planetary systems are situated on the extensive body of the Purusha Garbhodakashai Vishnu. So, from his navel till the lotus where Brahma is born, that is Satyaloka. So, everything in between, you are taken as one planet like that. So it is believed that all universal planetary systems are situated on the extensive body of the Purusha. But he has nothing to do with the created material ingredients. His body is eternally in spiritual existence par excellence. But he is spiritual. But it is conceived that he is the planets. He is the form of the planets. That is what. So we hear there is one sukta which is there in all the 4 Vedas, especially famous in Rig Veda. What is that? Purusha Sukta. Normally, along with Brahma Samhita, many times we also supposed to chant when we are doing Abhishek to the Lord, but because probably we cannot pronounce, we don't do that. So, the Purusha Sukta prayer is glorifying whom? Garbhodakashai Vishnu. Yeah. Same thing. Pasyantado rupa madabra chakshusha Sahasra padoru bhujananadbhutam Sahasra murdha shravanakshināsikam Sahasra maulyambara kundalolasat. So, with spiritual eyes, Pashyanti. Who is Pashyanti? The devotees. The devotees see the amazing form with thousands of legs and forms, thousands of heads, ears, eyes and noses, shining with thousands of crowns, earrings and clothes. But this form is not material. We are talking about Garbhodakasaya Vishnu. Virat Rupa description comes later. So, how he is conceived as that is, he is conceived the form of the universe. There are two kinds of descriptions of the, contemplating the Lord as the form of the universe. One is the Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, the spiritual form, and seeing him to be 1,000-headed and 1,000 hands and so on. The other is the Virat Rupa description, that form is material. So where there are two different descriptions altogether of the form of the Lord. So don't get confused. This is 100% spiritual, 100% transcendental, non-material form. Virat Rupa description comes later. We will come back and discuss at that time what is the difference between this form and that form. Etannānāvataranam Nidanam bijamavyayam Yasyam samsena srijyante Devatiriyan Naradayah. He is the indestructible source of various avatars. His expansion is Brahmā, and Brahma's expansions are Marichi and others. Through them, the Lord creates the devatas, animals, and human beings. It is told that he is the source of all avatars, Garbhodakasaya Vishnu. Here it said, Yasya Amsha Amshena Shrujyante. The Amsha is taken as Brahma. His Amsha is Brahma, and Brahma's Amshas are Marichi and Prajapati and others. But Srila Prabhupada takes Amsha here means Kshirodakasaya Vishnu. So Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, Kshirodakasaya Vishnu comes, and Kshirodakasaya Vishnu is the source of all avatars. Doesn't matter. Is Kshirodakasaya source of all avatars? Right answer. Is Garbhodakasaya Vishnu source of all avatars? Right answer. Is Karanodakasaya Vishnu is the source of all avatars? Right answer. Is Krishna the avatari source of all avatars? Right answer. So there is no confusion here. Yasyam shamshena shrudyante devatiriyan naradayah. So Lord creates devatas, animals and human beings through Brahma. And also it is taken as that he appears in devatas. He appears as in the form of animals. He appears in human beings. About his avatars also. In devatas is Vāmana. In animal kingdom, the Lord appears as Matsya, Kūrma, Varāha and so on. And in human form, the Lord appears as Rama and Pṛthu and other incarnations. Yeah. So this is the why it is told before talking about Leela avatars. Why? Yeah, he is the source of all avatars. You speak loudly because those online can follow. Yeah, pastimes of Kalpavatars very quickly. Saeva pratamam devaha Kumāram sargamāśritaha Chachara duscharam brahma Brahmacharyam akhanditam Saeva pratamam devaha. Devaha means, who is Deva here? Narayana mic. Who is the Deva? Sa, he Deva.
Garbhodakasaya.
Garbhodakasaya Vishnu. Yeah. Saeva pratamam devaha. In the beginning, Deva. Kumāram sargamāśritaha. In the Kumāra sarga, there are different sargas. There is a Kumāra sarga. There is a Manushya sarga. There is a Prajapatya sarga. I think there is a Arsha sarga. The sargas are of 4 types. In the Kumāra sarga, in the beginning, the Lord appeared as the 4 Kumāras. What they did? Chachara. They did, performed. Chachara means performed. Duscharam Brahma. Brahmacharyam akhanditam. They did tapasya. They did severe austerities. Duscharam Brahma. Brahmacharyam akhanditam. Brahmacharyam akhanditam. They have performed severe brahmacharya, lifelong brahmacharya. They accepted lifelong brahmacharya. Still they are there, the 4 Kumāras. See, other avatars are born once in a day of Brahma. But the 4 Kumāras are born in the first day of Brahma. They are there throughout all the days of Brahma. That means all the 100 years of Brahma. So no doubt, undoubtedly, the Kumāras is the first incarnation. They don't take birth again and again. They don't appear again and again. The same Kumāras who are born to Brahmā, they look still like small boys, but they are the oldest people. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita also talk about them and other scriptures also. So first one, there is no doubt. Garbhodaka first made his appearance in Kumāras. Becoming Brahmanas, they undertook continuous severe vows of Brahmacharya. So he said, Chachara Duscharam Brahma. Brahma means he took it, becoming Brahmanas. First Brahmanas, the 4 Kumāras. Dvitiyam tu bhavayasya Rasatalagatam mahim Uddharishyan upadatta Yajña saukaram vapuhu. See, in the second incarnation, the Lord lifted Rasatala Gatam Mahim, the earth which is fallen in the Rasatala, he uplifted Uddarishyan Upadatta Saukaram Vapuhu by taking the form of Varāha. His is Yajña. He is called as Yajña. See, this is very interesting thing. Why is Lord Varāha called as Yajña? Anybody? Guess. Why there is a separate Yajña incarnation. We'll talk about it. But why is Lord Varāha called? If you go to Ahobilam, there is one Nṛsiṁha, Kroda Nṛsiṁha. He is called like Varāha Nṛsiṁha. Yeah. And he's the Yajña. Yeah. Why? Because the materials related from Yajña are taken from Varāha. Yeah. Everything that is taken from Varāha. Yeah. That is why Yajña. It said that from the body of Varāha, the material for Yajñas are created. That is the reason given by some acharyas. Yeah. The incarnation of the boar was to take earth out of Pluto's region of filthy matter. Picking up something from a filthy place is done by a boar, and the all-powerful personality of Godhead displayed this wonder to the asuras who had hidden the earth in such a filthy place. There is nothing impossible for the personality of Godhead, and although he played the part of a boar, by the devotees is worshipped, staying always in transcendence. Srila Prabhupada is saying. Tritiyam Rishi Sargam Vai. Devarsh. And one more second. Before I go, Varāha also appeared 2 times. Shveta Varāha. Rakta Varāha. Shveta Varāha and Rakta Varāha. This kalpa is called Shveta Varāha Kalpa. This particular thing. So here also he appeared twice, Varāha. Yeah. And we have to, I wrote notes in Telugu, I think it didn't come here. This, which Varāha this is. I think that based on the picture, if it is the same picture is copied, this is Rakta Varāha. Yeah. Tritiyam Rishi Sargam Vai. Devarshitvam Upetya Saha. Tantram Satvatam Achasta. Naishkarmyam Karmanam Yataha. So here in the Tritiya Sarga, it is called Deva Sarga, Rishi Sarga, Devarshitvam Upetya Saha. Here he accepted Devarshitvam, he became Narada Muni. Tantram Satvatam Achastam. The Satvata Tantra is, he propagated Satvata Tantra, that is Narada Pancharatra. Naishkarmyam Karmanayataha. He actually propagated here Naishkarmyam means devotional service, it is taken. The Lord, making his appearance among the sages as Narada, produced the Pancharatra scriptures from which one learns how devotional activities free one from the bondage. What happened? Bondage of karma. That's why it's called Naishkarmyam. Narada is the author of Narada Pancharatra, which is the expansion of the Vedas, particularly for the devotional service of the Lord. The Narada Pancharatra trains the karmis or the fruity workers to achieve liberation from the bondage of fruity work. So specifically for karmis, he wrote the science of devotional service, how they can practice. That's why it's called Naishkarmyam Karmanayata. तुर्ये धर्मकला सर्गे नर-नारायणा वृषि भूत्वात्मोपशमोपेतम् अकरो दुश्चरं तपः. All these are happening in the Swayambhuva Manvantara. Later some in Chakshusha Manvantara. After that Vaivasvata Manvantara. That's how it is given. Yeah. So in the fourth one, Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi appeared. That is Dharmakala Sarge in the fourth. Dharma Deva here. Who is the Dharma? Generally people think Dharma is Yamaraj. The Yamaraj we are talking about this particular Yamaraj of Vaivasvata Manvantara. We are not talking about that particular Yamaraj. We are talking about the Swayambhuva Manvantara, Dharma, the son of Yajña. He is not Yamaraj, the Lord of Justice in the Vaivasvata Manvantara. And who is Murti? Murti is the daughter of Prajapati Daksha, who appeared in the Swayambhuva Manvantara. Daksha also appears twice. He has first set of daughters, he has second set of daughters. In the first set of daughters, one of them is Murti. She is the wife of Dharma. This Dharma is the son of Yajña. And they have performed tapasya. And normally this question is that, is this Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi, are they two people or are they one person? Some discussion. They are counted as one. Just like we will not say that Mahajanas are 15 because 16 Mahajanas are there. Mahajanas 15 we will not say because 4 Kumāras we count as one. Similarly Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi we count as one. But they are two different people. Narayana is Narayana. Nara is perfected human being called Narottama. But they are two different people. But whenever we count as avatara, they are twins, born as twins. They count as one person, but they are twins.
Prabhuji, I heard, I remember reading Narad Muni also stays throughout the entire life of Brahma.
Correct. Narada also stays entire life of Brahma. But one thing is that he got cursed, okay, because Brahma actually curses Kumāras also because they don't want to get married. He curses Nārada also. You fall down because whoever is not ready to get married, they are cursed. It's other way now. Whoever gets married, they get cursed. Yeah. So then, and then we know he takes birth as Upabarhana, Gandharva. That's told in 7th Canto in the different millennium in the Padmakalpa. After that, he takes birth as, because again he was cursed. Prabhupada said why he was cursed? He was singing cinema songs. Prabhupada says that. He was singing cinema songs, he was cursed. In Devaloka, he was trying to attract the opposite sex by doing Sankirtan. Now also you have, like, people have tattoos and exposing their body, and all the Kirtanis have long hair. Recently, one person sent one quote of Prabhupada dedicated to all the Kirtaniyas. He said that Prabhupada said, I don't like these long hair people. They are not my disciples. They are not my followers. Prabhupada clearly said. And he said this is dedicated to all the Kirtaniyas in ISKCON with long hair like that. Yeah. So he was cursed again. And then he becomes the son of maid servant. After that, again he becomes Narada Muni. He goes back to his place. Yes, he is there and the first is born and he is there throughout. But in between, he also had other births. Yeah. Very good question. As King Ṛṣabha advised his sons, tapasya or voluntary acceptance of penance for realization of the transcendence is the only duty of human being. It was so done by the Lord himself in an exemplary manner to teach us. So they are still there. Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi are still there in Badarikashram. They are performing tapasya. Why they are performing tapasya? For the benefit of all of us. Yeah. And they have a training camp there. Who are they training? Who are they training? Saptarishis. Saptarishis are already trained. We don't have to train all the trained people again and again. That he's training future Manus. Yeah, future Manus are getting trained. Panchamak Kapilo Nama Siddesha Kala Viplutam Provacha Suraye Sankyam Tattvagrama Vinirnayam. The fifth incarnation, named Lord Kapila, is foremost among perfected beings. He is the Siddhesha, Siddha Isha, perfected beings. He gave an exposition of the creative elements and the metaphysics to Asuri Brahmana, for in course of time this knowledge had been lost. The original Sankhya propagator is Kapila, son of Devahuti. But there is another Kapila who propagated the Sankhya Darshana. The same thing is later written in a Karika called Sankhya Karika by Ishvara Chandya, where you have Sankhya Sutras. But in that Sankhya, this Sankhya is not same, though both are propagated by Kapila. Both are propagated to the same name, Brahmana called Asura. But still, that is not same. How can we say? Because the puruṣa there is simply a witness. Like, no, he's an impotent. He simply watches, and Prakriti is automatically, without any involvement of puruṣa, is creating all the elements on its own. They say that lame man and blind man together, Prakriti and puruṣa. But the puruṣa is not the supreme puruṣa, the Adi puruṣa, according to the Sankhya philosophy of Kapila. So that Sankhya is different, this Sankhya is different. Both are propagated by Kapila. That's why whenever Prabhupada says Kapila, immediately says Kapila, son of Devahuti. So he is different. Yeah. Kapila, the son of Devahuti Kardama Muni, is not the Kapila who taught the atheistic Sankhya philosophy. Why that Sankhya is called atheistic? Because it is not accepting the powers of the Supreme Lord. That's why it's called atheistic. See, here, Nastika, Astika. Who are called Nastika and who are called Astika? What is the difference between Astikas and Nastikas? Question.
Astika, they believe in Vedas.
Yes. It's not believing in God. Believing in Vedas is Astika. And Nastika is not believing in Vedas. But there are people who believe in Vedas, but they don't believe in God. Those are the people we are talking about, atheistic Sankhya philosophy. That is from Vedic only, but not accepting God with all his opulences. The etymological meaning of Sankhya is that which explains very lucidly by analysis of metal. Sankhya means that which is enumerated, that which can be counted, elements number 1, 2, 3, 5. Sankhya, from Sankhya comes Sankhya. So it is told earlier, Shodasa Kala Sambhutam. Later it is told 24 elements or 25 elements, the way how you count. Yeah, like that. This was done for the first time by Lord Kapila, who is said here into the 5th in the line of incarnations. So there are 3 Sankhyas are there. What are the 3 Sankhya's? 3 Sankhya's. Anybody? We published one paper also last year in IIT. Sankhya and Sankhya of Kapila, Krishna and Kapila. Kapila Dev, this original Sankhya from Bhāgavatam. The other Sankhya, atheistic Sankhya of that Kapila, and Krishna also told Sankhya Yoga. Where is that? Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, that is also there, Sankhya Yoga. So all are Sankhyas only. Yeah, we have analyzed this thing. Shashtam atrer apatyatvam vrita prapto anasuyaya anvikshiki malarkaya prahlada adibhya uchivan. The 6th incarnation of the puruṣa was a son of sage Atri. Shashtam atrer apatyatvam vrita prapto anasuya. He was born from the womb of Anasuya, who prayed for as an incarnation. Anvikshikim. Anvikshiki means Atma Vidya, the science of self. Anvikshikim alarkaya prahlada adibhi uchivan. He told this Atma Vidya to Alarka, Prahlada and others. Who are the others? Others are Yadu and Haihaya. Who is Haihaya? Haihaya. Kartavirya-Arjuna. Because he is from Haihaya kingdom. Kartavirya-Arjuna. See, Kartavirya-Arjuna is a disciple of Dattātreya. Dattātreya is the incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Kartavirya-Arjuna is killed by Parsurama, who is another incarnation of the Lord. Sometimes it happens. You are blessed with one incarnation, by one incarnation, but you are punished by another incarnation. That's better to not go for other incarnations also and directly worship Krishna, because he blesses everybody for sure. Yeah. And we also see this nature in Lord Balram also. Yeah. Yeah. So he is actually, and where it is told by Alarka and Prahlada. Alarka, it is explained in another Purana. Where is the conversation, where is the dialogue between Yadu and Prahlada? sorry,
So Prahlada, he goes roaming around and he sees a Avaduta.
Avaduta and Yadu sees the python. So both are Datta. Datta comes like that to explain his Sridhar Swami's commentary. Sridhar Swami reveals, because this is told in Bhagavatam that Dattātreya taught to Prahlada. Dattātreya taught to others, means Yadu. So where exactly it is taught, that is revealed by Sridhar Swami in his commentary. When he says, when the Avaduta meets Prahlada or Python, some discussion with Yadu, person is lying like a python, he says that is Dattātreya. That's how we know. The history of the birth of Dattātreya as an incarnation of the Lord is mentioned in the Brahmānda Purana in connection with the story of the devoted wife. It is said there that Anasuya, the wife of Atri Rishi, prayed before Lord Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva as follows: My lords, if you are pleased with me and if you desire me to ask from you some sort of blessings, then I pray that you combine together to become my son. So, his name is Dattātreya. Why? Dattātreya. He was given to Atri Rishi as Datta. He is gifted to Atri Rishi. So then three people are born. One from Brahma, one from Vishnu, one from Shiva. From Shiva who is born? Durvasa. From Brahma, Soma. And from Vishnu, Dattātreya. But Dattātreya is also said to be combined incarnation. Yeah. Tapas saptama akutyam rucheryekno bhyajayata sayamadhyai suraganai apat swayambhuvantaram. The seventh incarnation was Yajña, the son of Prajapati Ruchi and his wife Akuti. He controlled the period during the change of the Swayambhu Manu and was assisted by devatas such as his son Yama. So this Yama are son of Yajña. Here Yajña is born along with one more personality. Who is she? Dakshina. They are twins, but she is his wife. Lakshmi-Narayaṇa appeared. So you cannot do Yajña without Dakshina. Many times people come for something to be done and they'll think that he's devotee and no need to give him anything. And then even astrology people come for consultation. Tell me this, tell me that. And we don't give Dakshina. It will not work. Yajña will work only with Dakshina. That is also right time, right place, right circumstances to a qualified person, Bhagavad Gita says. Seventh, Yajña appeared as son of Ruchi and his wife Akuti. He protected the reign of Swayambhu Manu with devatas called Yamas actually. So who is this Ruchi Prajapati? I was still not able to find. He is not the original Prajapatis that Brahma created. Later his name comes Ruchi. So when he was created is not described, but definitely he is somewhere in the line of Brahma's creation. During the period of Swayambhu Manu, the present period is of Vaivasvata Manu. There was no suitable living being who could occupy the post of Indra, the king of Indraloka planet. The Lord himself at that time became Indra. So he is Indra. Who is Indra here? Yajña himself becomes Indra. Who stole the horse of Pṛthu? Pṛthu Maharaj is also from Swayambhu Manvantara. In Swayambhu Manvantara, Indra is told as Yajña. Then who stole the horse of Pṛthu Maharaj? One time I did a research and told, it is not this Indra, because Pṛthu Maharaj rules for such a long time. Matsya Purana is saying that there are many Indras. The Indra who stole his horse is not this Indra, because he is also called as envious, he is also called this thing. He is Supreme Lord Indra. That is current Indra Purandara. He stole the horse. Yeah. But it's a long span. But both are both appeared in the Swayambhu Manvantara. Technical details, but important. Ashtame Meru Devyam tu Nabhe Jata Urukramaha Darshayan Vatma Dhiranam Sarvashrama Namaskritam. The eighth incarnation was King Ṛṣabha, son of King Nabhi and his wife Meru Devi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection, which followed by those who have fully controlled their senses and who are honored by all orders of life. Darshayan Vartma Dhiranam. He showed the path for the Dhiras. Sarvashrama Namaskritam. Everybody offered dandavats to him. Who is he? He is Nabhi. He is born of Nabhi, Ṛṣabha Deva. Yeah. And to Meru Devi in the 8th. 8th, the Lord was born to Nabhi and his wife as Ṛṣabha. He shows the path of wise worshipped by all ashramas. Yeah. He is the one who taught Tapo Divyam Putraka Ena Sattvam. Whenever Ṛṣabha Deva comes, name, Prabhupada immediately tells these things. Yeah. Rishibhiryachito bheje Navamam Padhivam Vapuhu Dugde Mam Oshadhir Vipra Tenayam Sa Ushatta. So it said, O Brahmanas, in the Vipra here, in the 9th incarnation, the Lord, prayed for by sages, accepted the body of a king, Pṛthu, Parthivam, who cultivated the land to yield various produce. Dugdhemam Oshadir, and for that reason, the earth was beautiful and attractive. Ushattamaha. Earth was not beautiful before Pṛthu. Pṛthu made the earth flat. Pṛthu made the earth beautiful. He milked herbs from the earth. He is considered the most desirable of all the avatars. Ikkada Ushattamaha, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says that earth is not the earth which is all attractive, but Pṛthu is all attractive because he made the earth all attractive for all of us. Yeah. It is the duty of the king to be pious and thus look after all around welfare of the citizens. Whenever there is some negligence on the part of the king in discharging his duty, the intelligent class of men must dethrone him. The intelligent class of men, however, do not occupy the royal throne because they have much more important duties for the welfare of the public. Prabhupada is giving a little bit context to Pṛthu's. Who is Pṛthu's father? Pṛthu's father is Vena. Pṛthu's father is? No. From Vena's body. They have, yeah. Now is it Pṛthu? But here Pṛthu is told, yeah. Correct. Is this thing? Pṛthu is born from the body of Vena. Correct. That's right. Yeah. Rupam sajagrihe matsyam chakshushodadi samplave navyaropya mahimayam apad vaivasvatam manum. Here it is told, when there was an inundation after the period of the Chakshusha Manvantara, the Lord accepted the form of a fish and protected Vaivasvata Manu, placing him in the boat formed from the earth. So, this is how Matsya Avatara. Many times think that Matsya is the first Avatara. Why do people think like that? Say in mic. Many of them think that Matsya Avatara is the first Avatara. Huh?
In Dashavatara, that is the first one.
In Dashavatara Stotra, written by Jayadev Goswami, he put Matsya. He selected 10 avatars. But it is told in Bhagavatam only, Avatara Hasankheya. There are unlimited avatars. He picked up 10. So after that, many people wrote Dashavatara Stotras. Everybody wrote like that. And that's how people think that Matsya Avatara is the first. Matsya also appeared multiple times according to Laghu Bhagavatamrita. Yeah. And this is after Chakshusha Manvantara.
In Parshurama Hora, in astrology, there also these 10 avatars are described and associated with these 9 planets.
Associated 9 planets.
Did Jayadev Goswami refer to that, and that's why he had this?
He's saying that the astrological text of Parshuram Hora, these 10 incarnations for different planets. No, now generally says that you have problem with moon worship Krishna because they have some link. He said that Krishna appeared in the dynasty of moon. So if we worship Krishna, moon will be pleased. That is a concept in astrology. So like that, each avatara, the 10 avatars are associated with the 9 planets. So it is told that to worship like this. Yes, that is there. But whether Jayadev Goswami wrote because of that, we are not sure. Yeah, because very little details about Jayadev Goswami is there available to us at this point of time. So, according to Sridhar Swami, Srila Prabhupada is saying, the original commentator on the Bhagavatam, there is not always a devastation after the change of every Manu. And yet, this inundation after the period of Chakshusha took place in order to show some wonders to Satyavrata. Normally, there is no devastation, pralaya after this thing. That's what Sridhar Swami is saying. But Prabhupada is saying that very humbly. But Srila Jiva Goswami has given a definitive proofs from authoritative scriptures like the Vishnu Dharmottara, Markandeya Purana, Harivamsa, etc. that there is always a devastation after the end of each and every Manu. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur has also supported Sri Jiva Goswami, and he, Sri Chakravarti, has also quoted from Bhagavatamrita about this inundation after each Manu, Lagu Bhagavatamrita. So it takes place, looks like, see, it's not that everything that Sridhar Swami said is accepted by Jiva Goswami. The other day we discussed when I spoke about Achintya Bheda Bhed. There were places where they politely differed with Sridhar Goswami, with Sridhar Swami. Sura Suranam Udhadhim Matnatham Mandarachalam Dadre Kamatha Rupena Prustha Ekadase Vibhuhu. The 11th incarnation of the Lord took the form of a tortoise whose shell served as a pivot for the Mandarachara hill, which was being used as a churning rod by the theists and atheists of the universe. Yeah. So here in this, which avatara is that? Kūrma avatara. In the Kūrma avatara, so he was, Mandara mountain is used as a pivot and it was kept on the Lord in the Kshira Sagara. So this churning was taking place in the 11th one. Dhanvantaram dvadashamam trayodashamam apayayat surananyan mohinya mohayan striya. In the 12th incarnation, the Lord appeared as Dhanvantari, and in the 13th, he allured the atheists by charming beauty of a woman and gave nectar to the demigods to drink. We know that how the Lord bewildered in the Mohinī incarnation. Before that, there is Dhanvantari. So, Dhanvantari is the founder of Ayurveda. Dhanvantari also appears in twice. That is also said in Bhagavatam. Dhanvantari appeared twice. So, when he is saying these numbers are referring to their first appearance. And if you count like that, all the prominent incarnations, they are 22. So he said Kalpa avatars, and then they said there are other avatars also. And then he said that Manus, Manuputras, and Indras, and all these people are also the Lord's incarnations. He says that. Chaturdasham Narasimham Bibruddaityendra Morjitam Dadara Karajairurav Erakam Katakrityata. In the 14th incarnation, the Lord appeared as Nṛsiṁha and bifurcated the strong body of the atheist Hiranyakashipu with his nails, just as a carpenter pierces cane. Yeah. He pierced the chest of the demon Hiranyakashipu with his nails, just as a woodcutter breaks eraka grass. Yeah, woodcutter breaks the grass with this thing. That's how Hiranyakashipu was torn apart. Yeah. Panchadasham Vāmanakam Kritvāgāt Advaram Bhale Padatrayam Yachamanaha Pratyadishtu Stripistapam. See, so many times he told number 14, 15, 16, and of course, it's not really important to keep track of the number, but we should also see that there should be some significance. Why is he saying? Yeah, it's not that. Otherwise, he can generally, without number, he could have told in whatever order he wanted. But there is. That's what I was saying. In the 15th incarnation, the Lord assumed the form of a dwarf Brahmana Vāmana and visited the arena of sacrifice arranged by Maharaj Bali. Where is that place? In India now? Huh? On the bank of Narmada, what is the place? Bhrugu-Kacha. It is now Bharuch. Bhrugu-Kacha, Bharuch. Yeah. Actually, one can do that wherever the Lord appeared in different parts of India, we can put their names, we can put the kingdom name, we can put the parents, we can put some other pastimes. That will be nice. This can be taken as an assignment in Bhakti Vaibhava. That will be like some research and some useful for others also. Yeah. Although at heart he was willing to regain the kingdom of the 3 planetary systems, he simply asked for a donation of 3 steps of land. Here, why this is so special? Because if the Lord has to take anything from devotees, he can claim anything from demons. But Bali, Lord accepted him as devotee and dharmic person. The only way to take something from a dharmic person is to by begging. Yeah, Lord done this thing sometimes. He did this thing to Karna. Like in few other places also, see the Lord begs from dharmic people. Because that's the only way. You cannot cheat. I mean, you cannot forcibly take something from them. So,
But from Indra he fought.
yeah, from Indra he fought. Why did he fight with Indra? Very good question. Mike. Why he fought with Indra? If you give some instruction in the morning, you already make a mistake in the morning. You are corrected with that mistake. In the evening, if you make the same mistake again, what will the Lord do? For us, it is like, so many years. Like Lord Krishna, when he lifted Govardhan, and when he went with Satyabhama to heavenly planets to return the kundalas of Mother Atidhi, it is almost same day for Indra. Stupid fellow, I taught you already a lesson in the morning. You came and asked for forgiveness. I forgive. And again you are making mistake. Same day. Yeah. So Lord took forcibly from there because Satyabhama wanted. And she also wanted to see Krishna fighting for her because that is more important. Like, when you in front of your wife, she expects that you fight for me and take it. Yeah, if he begs Indra, maybe she will feel bad. Yeah, so he took sometimes. Yeah. The Almighty God can bestow upon anyone the kingdom of the universe from a very small beginning, and similarly, he can take away the kingdom of the universe on the plea of begging a small piece of land. Yeah, he can take it. He knows how to take it. Yeah.
Vāmana also appeared 3 times.
Vāmana also appeared 3 times. Very good question. It's also there. In the Vāmana Purana, it is told that Vāmana appeared 3 times, and Laghu Bhagavatamrita Rupa Goswami gives, and Baldev Vidyabhushan commented upon that. He also confirms that. So, that's why you have always confusion of Kūrma and Vāmana. You say that in Vāmana it is there, in Kūrma time also Bali Maharaj is there. We'll feel that. So, is Vāmana before or Kūrma before? It's like a chicken and egg problem. If they have only one incarnation. If they have multiple incarnations, that problem is resolved.
In the Ramayana, when describing the Siddhashrama, so that time the story comes like all the devatas went, Vāmana used to live here, all the devatas went to Vāmana. That time the Kashyapa felt that I want a son like him, I want him as a son. Then the Lord Vāmana became his son as the Upendra, and then did this. That story is there.
It is there in Valmiki Ramayana?
Yeah, in the book that Bhakti Vikas Maharaj.
Okay. So, maybe. I don't recollect. So, Pawan Prabhu is telling the pastime of that. Atidhi and Kashyapa prayed to Vāmana only to appear as their son. So, in the next time, he appeared as their son. That is there in description of Vāmana. Yeah, okay. Avatare Sodasame Pashyan Brahma Druho Nrupan Trisapta Kritvat Kupito Nikshatra Makaron Mahim. When there is disobedience on the part of the Kshatriyas or the administrative class, against the orders of the learned and intelligent Brahmanas, the administrators are removed by force from the posts and the arrangement is made for better administration. This is Prabhupada's purport. But in the 16th incarnations, in the 16th incarnation of Godhead, the Lord as Bhrugupati annihilated the administrative class Kshatriyas 21 times, 3 Sapta Kritva, 3 into 7, 21 times, being angry with them because of their rebellion against the Brahmanas, the intelligent class. So Parshurama, like this, killed all the Kshatriyas, including the Kartavirya Arjuna. Yeah, we know the story of Lord Parshurama. Tata Saptadase Jataha Satyavatyam Parasharat Chakre Vedataro Shakha Drishtva Pumso Alpamedasaha. The Lord, born from Parasara in the womb of Satyavati as the 17th avatara, seeing the meager intelligence of the people, divided up the tree of the Vedas. one Veda. What is that one Veda I told? Yajurveda.
Yajurveda.
He divided into 4 Vedas. Rik, Sama, Yajur and Atharva Veda. Vedas are how many? 4. If Vedas are called 4, many times they are referred to as Trai, means 3. Bhagavad Gita also says, Evam Trai. Traigunya Vishaya. Traigunya Vishaya, 3 gunas. Yeah. Many times Bhagavad Gita says Trai, and other scriptures also says Trai. The 3, the 3, the 3, the 3. When they are 4, why they are called 3? One of them is not counted. Why is one of them not counted? Huh? Samveda is not counted. Huh? Other Veda, Atharvana Veda is the repetition. Because from some things from the other Vedas are taken and made Atharva Veda. So, generally Vedas are said as 3. Here, one question. Is Vyasadeva Shaktavesha Avatara? Is Vyasadeva Swayam Bhagavan Narayana? Answer.
This time it was Swayam Bhagavan.
This time it's Swayam Bhagavan. Yeah. And many times it is told, in general, Vyasa is the Shaktavesha avatar. But this particular Vyasa, what is his name? Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. Yeah. He is Swayam Bhagavan because Jiva Goswami confirms in Sandarbhas and in multiple places it is confirmed. But whenever it is told by Srila Prabhupada and other Acharya, he is a Shaktavesha avatara. That is, in general, he is a Shaktavesha avatara of the Lord. Yes. Huh? No. Some are Swayambhuva, some are Chakshusha, some are Vaivasvata. They are counted in that sequence. Huh? In this kalpa. Yeah. Naradevattvamapannaha Surakarya Chikirshaya Samudra Nigrahadini Chakre Viryanyatah Param. In the 18th incarnation, the Lord appeared as King Rama. In order to perform some pleasing work for the Devatas, he exhibited superhuman powers by controlling Indian Ocean and then killing the atheist King Ravana, who was on the other side of the sea. Yeah. So this is the, in fact, Sukadeva Goswami also picks up this particular pastime. When he had to tell one verse, of course, this is Sūta Gosvāmī, but Sukadeva also says this same pastime. There is a sloka in Bhagavatam, in the 9th canto, this thing, because this is most amazing pastime. Still you can see Ram Setu, because this is the proof that it is still there. So giving this example will be people can easily understand. The other things we say, no, that we have not seen, but this we can hear, we can see, and even pictures are available. The modern scientists have done research in the area of weightlessness, but it is not possible to bring in weightlessness anywhere and everywhere. So these stones are floating, Srila Prabhupada is saying. But because weightlessness is a creation of the Lord by which he can make the gigantic planets fly and float in the air, he made the stones even within the earth to be weightless and prepare a stone bridge on the sea without any supporting pillar. That is a display of the power of God. Yeah. Now, 2 days before, they are finding out that Bermuda Triangle is also floating like this. Yeah. But it's not this thing, why it is floating in this. And also there are so many phenomena previously, like in some places, you go by flight, on top of that, every time the flight collapses. They were not able to figure out. And now recently somebody is saying that, no, actually this is floating. This is a floating stone. 2 days back somebody was saying, some paper. Ekona vimshe vimshati me Vrishnishu prapya janmani Rama Krishna viti bhuvo Bhagavan aharadbharam. In the 19th and 20th incarnations, the Lord advented himself as Lord Balrama and Lord Krishna in the family of Vrishni, the Yadu dynasty, and by so doing, he removed the burden of the world. So Lord appeared to remove the burden of the world, but Lord appeared to delight also. So when he's counting the Lord as part of the Leela avatars, he simply says this thing, but to delight, to maintain devotees is already told. The Lord appeared in the Vrishni dynasties in the 2 forms of Balarama and Krishna as the 19th and 20th avatars and revealed the burden of the earth. The specific mention of the word Bhagavan in this text indicates that Balarama and Krishna are original forms of the Lord. Lord Krishna is not an incarnation of the puruṣa, as we learned from the beginning of this chapter. He is directly the original personality of Godhead, and Balarama is the first plenary manifestation of the Lord. These points are from the purport. Tatah kalau sampravritte sammohaya suradvisham buddho namnanjana sutta kikateshu bhavishyati. See, bhavishyati, future tense, will take place. Future tense is suddenly changed. See, you have to see language very carefully. Sometimes in past tense, sometimes in present tense, sometimes in future tense. The Navayogindras, when they are telling about Lord Rama, they are using present tense. At the time, Lord Rama was there. So when they were telling this thing, they were telling. Like that, by looking at the language, we can figure out what are this thing. Then in the beginning of Kali Yuga, the Lord will appear as Lord Buddha, the son of Anjana, in the province of Gaya, just for the purpose of delivering those who are envious of the faithful theists. Yeah. Actually, there are two Buddhas. There is Siddhartha Buddha, this is Gautama Buddha. There is lot of things is that here the one who is referred is the Gautama Buddha, it is told. And the other one is different. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said this thing. Yeah. We will not get into detail. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam was composed just prior to the beginning of the age of Kali, and Lord Buddha appeared about 2600 years ago. Therefore, in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Lord Buddha is foretold. Such is the authority of this clear scripture. There are many such prophecies, and they are being fulfilled one after another. Yeah. Athasu yuga sandhyayam dasyu prayeshu rajeshu janita vishnu yashasho namna kalkir jagatpatihi. At the juncture of the yugas, when the kings are almost criminal, the Lord of the universe, Kalki, will be born as the son of Vishnu Yasha. This is the future. Kalki Avatara is there. Actually, in my childhood, there was one Kalki. He was an LIC agent in the same town where I was living. And he read somewhere that Kalki will appear in Kali Yuga. He claimed that I am Kalki. And he changed his name, and then he put Kalki Bhagavan. So there were many followers for him, like Kalki Bhagavan, Kalki Bhagavan. Then someone told him that Kalki actually comes on horse. Then he started learning how to ride the horse, and then he fell, he broke his hand and leg. Many days he was there. After that, somebody told him, change your name. He changed from Kalki Bhagavan to Amma Bhagavan. Now I don't know whether he's still there or not, but yeah, it is there. And I think he's from your place only, Girish Prabhu. Yeah. Yeah. Here is another foretelling concerning the advent of Kalki, the incarnation of Godhead. He is to be appear at the juncture of the two yugas, namely the end of Kali Yuga and the beginning of Satya Yuga. Between two yugas, there is Yuga Sandhya. There is some period. That time he will take birth and he will start. So now all the avatars are told. Avatarahya Sankheya Hare Sattva Nide Dvija Yatha Vidhashina Kulya Sarasasyu Sahasrashaha. O Brahmanas, the incarnations of the Lord are innumerable, like rivulets flowing from inexhaustible sources of water. They are countless. So whenever somebody says 10 avatars, that's not. If you say only 22 avatars are there, that's not. And then sometimes people list there are some 40, 50 avatars. No. They may be mentioned only in Bhagavatam like that. But the avatars are asankheya. It is said that. Rishayo manavo deva manuputra mahojasaha kala sarve harereva saprajapataya smrita. All sages, Manus, Devatas, powerful humans, sons of Manu, along with Brahma's sons, are also considered to be Vibhutis of the Lord. They are also considered. Because Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, Yad Yad Vibhuti Mat Sattvam Śrīmad Urjitam Evava Tat Tat Evava Gachyatvam Mama Tejom Sambhavam. Whatever you see is great is but the spark of my splendor. Krishna says, same thing. So they are also called as incarnations. Even Brahma, for that matter, and all his children and these powerful people. This comes now the Paribhasha Sutra for Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. This is the foundational verse of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. We will discuss in detail of this verse some other time, but for today, the point here is that now, so far all avatars are mentioned. Now the avatari Krishna is mentioned here. Ete cham sakala pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mrudayanti Yuge Yuge. All avatars mentioned here and not mentioned here. Where is that said in the verse? Not mentioned here. Cha, ete, cha. All these mentioned and all these not mentioned. Who are portions of Mahavishnu are empowered jivas, create happiness in this world whenever it is afflicted by the demons and their ideas. Indrari Vyakulam Loke. Mudayanti Yuge Yuge. But Krishna is the ultimate form of Bhagavan. Krishna is the Bhagavan Swayam. This is the important point. It's called in fact Paribhasha Sutram of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Janma guhyam bhagavato ya etat prayato naraha swayam pratar grinan bhaktya dukkha gramat vimuchyate. Whoever carefully recites the mysterious appearances of the Lord with devotion in the morning and in the evening gets relief from all miseries of life. So we have recited and we all pray that we also get relieved of all miseries of life. So whenever a concept is told, immediately a benefit, Falashruti is given. What is the benefit of knowing, reading, reciting that particular thing? The pure person who chants with devotion the glories of the Lord's appearance, which is mysterious, becomes free from all sorrows. Okay. Now very quickly about other incarnations, especially Virat Rupa, what it is. Etad Rupam Bhagavato Hyarupasya Chidatmanaha Maya Gunair Virachitam Mahadadi Viratmani. See, whenever you see terms like Mahad, means Mahat Tattva, and then Maya Gunai, with Gunas, with Maya, understand that is Virat Rupa. The other place it is told like Divyam and transcendental, it is referred like that. So that is not, though that is also form of the Lord conceived Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, you cannot say that form is material. That is also universal form, yes, that is a transcendental universal form, this is a material universal form. That's how you have to understand. The material realm, composed of the material gunas and the elements from Mahatattva to earth and with the Paramatma as its basis, is a material form of the Lord who has a spiritual form of consciousness and is devoid of material form. The Lord is devoid of material form. But here what is conceived as a material form is this gigantic universe considered as Virat Rupa. And he is the Atma, Paramatma of that as Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. Yathanabasi meghau ghau Renurva Parthivo Nile Evam Drashtari Drishyatvam Aropitama Buddhivihi. Just as unintelligent people attribute clouds to be the sky, particles of dust are attributed to be the air, so unintelligent people see the universe, the visible form of the Lord, as the Lord. So only unintelligent see, not intelligent people. Intelligent understand like no transcendental form. Atah param yad avyaktam avyudha guna brumhitam adristashruta vastutvat sajivo yat punarbhavaha. Superior to the grass universal form is that form which is invisible, devoid of the specific bodily parts, since it cannot be seen or heard. This is like the subtle body of the jiva, which is the instrument of rebirth for the jiva. So here previously Virat Rupa is the grass form. That is called Samishti Sthula Sarira. We all have Sthula Sarira. I have my Sthula Sarira. You have your Sthula Sarira. Everybody has. But put together, all the Sthula Sariras of this universe is called Samishti Sthula Sarira. That is Virat. And also Samishti Sukshma Sharira. And subtle body is there for me. Subtle body is there for you, for everybody, for everybody. All subtle bodies put together is this Samishti Sukshma Rupa. So Virat Swarupa technically means a Stula body, a Sukshma body and a Paramatma. So the Stula body we discussed composed of these elements, and the subtle elements composed of subtle body, and the Paramatma is the Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Yeah. Yatre me sada sadrupe Pratisiddhe sva samvida Avidyayatma nikrite iti tad Brahma darshanam. See, when the gross and subtle material forms, which are impositions of the soul and ignorance, are removed by the realization of the devotees, one can realize Brahman. Yeah. Just like we have gross body, we have subtle body. When this is removed, then only we understand that this is an artificial covering, then we are self-realized. Similarly, we can be Brahman realized by understanding that the universe is the subtle form, the universe is a gross form. On this Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, that person will be Brahman realized. Yada yesho parata devi maya vaisaradi matihi sampanna yeveti viduhu mahim nisve mahiyate. When Maya or ignorance weakens, the Lord bestows His mercy on the Jiva. The Jiva becomes endowed with this treasure. The wise understand that being situated in this glorious position, this person is worthy of worship. So, when once ignorance weakens and goodness increases, when one will be able to understand. It is told yesterday, Sattvam Yad Brahma Darshanam. Only by Sattva one can come to Brahma Darshana. Also it is told, Bhagavad Gita, Sattvat Sanjayate Jnanam. Jnana will come, real Jnana will come by Sattva Guna. So when ignorance is coming down and when Sattva Guna increases, and gradually one will come to this stage. Okay. Now, this is the incarnations of the Supreme Lord is transcendental. Evam Janmani Karmani Yakartura Janasya Cha Varnayanti Sma Kavayo Veda Guhyani Hrutpate. Here this verse is not talked about Virat Rupa. That's why I separated it from that. Sometimes people get confused. Here Hrutpati is who? Paramatma. He is not Virat. So it is talked about Paramatma in the heart. Thus, rejecting the two versions of the universal form, the gross, the subtle, the wise glorify the highest subject of the Vedas, the birth and activities of the Supreme Lord, who resides in the hearts of all beings, unlike the universal form, who has no material birth and no material activities, unlike the Jiva. So, the wise glorify the Supreme Lord. Savaidam Vishwamamogha Leelaha Sujatyavatyatina na sajatesmin Bhuteshu chantarhita atmatantraha Sadvargikam jighrati sadguneshaha. The independent Lord, who has spotless pastimes, who has entered into all beings, creates, maintains and destroys this universe. Being the master of the six senses, he contacts the six sense objects, sound, touch, form, taste, smell and thought, without being affected. So here answer the question. You are saying Lord's form is not material. You say Virat form is material. What is all this confusion? It is clearly told that he enters into matter, but he is not matter. The pastimes of the Lord's incarnations are understood only by devotees. Nachasya kaschin nirupena dhatuhu avaiti jantu kumanisha vuti namani rupani manovachobhihi Santanvato natacharyami vagnaha. The foolish with a poor fund of knowledge cannot know the transcendental nature of the forms, names and activities of the Lord who is playing like an actor in a drama. Nor can they express such things, neither in their speculations nor in their words. Saveda datu padavim parasya duranta viryasya rathanga pane yo mayaya santataya anuvritya bhajeta tatpada saroja gandham. Only those who render unreserved, uninterrupted, favorable service unto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, who carries the wheel of the chariot in his hand, can know the creator of the universe in his full glory, power and transcendence. He says only those devotees, unreserved, uninterrupted, favorable service to the lotus feet of the Lord, who do that, they will understand. Ateha danya bhagavanta yittam yadvasudeve khilalokanathe kurvanti sarvatmakamatma bhavam nayatra bhuya parivarta ugraha. Only by making such inquiries in this world can one be successful and perfectly cognizant. For such inquiries invoke transcendental ecstatic love unto the personality of Godhead, who is the proprietor of all the universes and guarantees 100% immunity from the dreadful repetition of birth and death. So one has to have such questions. And O men of knowledge, you are the most fortunate in this world, because when people concentrate their minds exclusively on Krishna, the Lord of all the worlds, by asking such questions, they cease painful repetition of birth by questioning about the avatars of the Lord. Idam Bhāgavatam nama Puranam Brahma Sammitam Uttama Shloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Ṛṣihi Nishreyasaya Lokasya Dhanyam Swasyayanam Mahat. Now he's telling that this book, Bhagavatam, this Purana is Brahma Samhitam. Here Brahma means multiple meaning. One meaning is Brahma is Supreme Brahma. So Brahma Samhita means equivalent to Supreme Brahman, Krishna, literary incarnation of the Lord. Another Brahma is a Veda, Veda Samhitam. This is equivalent to the Vedas. Uttama Shloka Charitam is about Lord Krishna, who is glorified with choice poetry. Chakara Bhagavan Ṛṣihi. It is compiled by Vyasadeva. Nishreyasaya Lokasya, for the ultimate benefit of this thing. Nishreyasaya Lokasya. Dhanyam Swasti Ainam Jagat. Dhanyam means fully successful. Swasti Ainam means all blissful. Mahat means all perfect. So it makes all successful, all blissful and all perfect. So Bhagavatam is incarnation of Krishna, non-different from Krishna. Yeah, when Krishna departed, Bhagavatam appeared. Tadidam grahayamasa Sūtam atmavatam varam Sarva vedeti hasanam Saram saram samudrutam. Sri Vyasadeva delivered it to his son, who is the most respected among the self-reliers, after extracting the cream of all Vedic literatures and histories of the universe. See, the two questions are there, no? What is ultimate good for everybody and what is the essence of all thing? It is also told Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is the ultimate good, because it's told previous verse Nishreyasaya. And in this verse it is told Saram Saram Samudrutam. Bhagavatam is the essence of everything. In one sense it is told Bhagavatam is all in all. Yeah. Vyasa had his son Sukadeva, best of the self-control, study the scripture, which is the very essence of all Vedas and histories. Satu samshravayamasa Maharajam Parikshitam Prayopavishtam Gangayam Paritam Paramarshibhihi. Sukadeva spoke it, the Bhagavatam, to King Parikshit, who was surrounded by great sages as he sat fasting till death on the bank of Ganga. So he was telling that this Bhagavatam Vyasa told to Shuka, Shuka told to Parikshit. At that time only Sūta Gosvāmī heard, he was there in the assembly. Krishne svadhamopagate dharma jnanadivisaha kalau nashtadrishamesha puranarko dhunoditaha. So Krishna is compared to moon, Vrindavan Chandra, Yadukula Chandra. When the moon departs, who will appear? Sun will appear. So Bhagavatam is called Purana Arka, the son of the Puranas, the king of all Puranas. So it appeared. So this is the answer to the last question, sixth question. The 6 questions are asked, the 6 questions are answered. So in Kali Yuga, Dharma took shelter of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Tatra kirtayato vipra viprasher bhuri tejasaha aham chadyagamam tatra nivishtastanugrahat soham vaishravayishyami yathaditam yathamati. O learned Brahmanas, when Sukadeva Goswami recited Bhagavatam there in the presence of Emperor Parikshit, I heard him with rapt attention. And thus by his mercy, I learned the Bhagavatam from that great and powerful sage. Now I shall try to make you hear the very same thing as I learned it from him and as I have realized it. Yathaditam yathamati. Some say that here yathaditam yathamati means as he realized, as he understood, I am going to tell you as it is. But different acharyas interpret the same thing. So he is telling the Bhagavat and Bhagavat Parampara. So these are the 6 questions. All 6 questions are answered. And Krishna, the avatars, here we discussed about the 22 Kalpa avatars. Krishna is avataris. Avatars are unlimited. The puruṣa avatars. And Vishwarupa is not avatara. The Bhagavatam is Krishna himself. I will stop here. Om Tat Sat Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. One question we will take. So any question, one question, give him mic. Actually, I'll take all other questions later time. Everybody note their questions. One class we can have only on questions. Because of the interest of time, I'm closing. Yeah.
As we are discussing avatars, so having a question in general, people will believe that Ayyappa Swami is an incarnation like that.
General people are saying he is Ayyappa Swami, incarnation of the Lord. For us, Bhagavatam is Parama Pramana. We accept an avatara if it is mentioned in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, because all the prominent avatars are given. It is told that Sukadeva Goswami, and as he realized, it is in his realization he spoke. Yeah. So he didn't realize that Ayyappa is an avatara. So we can take that he is not an avatara. But he is a great personality because he is son of Mohinī, it is told, and Lord Shiva. Bhagavatam only says that Lord Shiva ran behind Mohinī and he discharged his semen. Because it is a semen of the great personality, from that semen, Ayyappa would have been manifested. We have no problem in accepting that Ayyappa is the son of God. But he is not mentioned anywhere as an avatara. In other Puranas also, this description, Hariharaputra, is mentioned like a forest god, Ayyappa. So we accept, we don't have to contradict, but we will not give a position of a Shaktavesha avatara, or like a Shaktavesha avatara as Kalpavatara, or other kinds of avatars, Lila avatara. But we can accept him as Vibhuti. It is told that any great person is a Vibhuti of the Lord. Yad yad Vibhuti Matsattvam Śrīmad Urjita Veva Tattad Evavagachyatvam Mamatejam Sambhavam. So he can be considered as a Vibhuti, but not as avatara. Okay. Any other question? One more question. Yes, give him mic. Last one.
Hare Krishna.
Mm.
Prabhu, when you were telling like when Shiva ran after Mohinī Murti,
Mm.
he Sriman
Bhagavatam says.
Bhagavatam says, I heard somewhere like from that Shivan only Hanuman was born.
I don't know. It can, multiple people can take birth. That is not a problem. We have seen many descriptions in the Shastra like that. There is one whole Upanishad about different people appearing differently like that, including Vyasadeva and many other great personalities like Agastya and others like that. So that is definitely possible. Whether Hanuman appeared like that, at least Valmiki Ramayana doesn't say. Again, as far as Rama stories are concerned, many stories are there, but Valmiki Ramayana is the Pramana. There, Hanuman is referred to as Vayuputra only. So he is the son of Vayu. That's what we can accept. Okay. Last question. Okay, give it to Sadasuki. Sorry, it's longer because I thought one chapter one day is good. Yeah.
Bro, before Varāha Avtara, there are no yajnas performed?
Before Varāha Avtara, there is no yajnas performed. Varāha appeared multiple times, but it's talking about that particular kalpa. In every kalpa, everything is fresh. See, in fact, even every Manvantara
No, that
also,
question is asking, Yajneshu is referred, na? That material
yes,
for
yes, that's what I'm telling. Yajnesha, Varāha is referred as Yajnesha. So before Varāha, any yajnas are performed? No, yajnas are every time taught by Lord Brahma in every kalpa. In fact, every Manvantara also. Even when Matsya Avtara is carrying, they carried all the herbs and seeds and everything. So that when again it starts, like, no, they will give. Otherwise, you will not have a solution to chicken and egg problem. Is chicken first? Egg first. Because chicken comes from the egg. Is egg first? No. Egg comes from chicken. We will go in a cycle like that. Bhagavatam puts a full stop. Matsya Avtara brought the seeds. Like, Matsya Avtara brings the herbs. Yeah. Similarly, all the yajnas are taught in the beginning by the Lord only and his incarnations only. For example, Markandeya taught the weaving. So Markandeya Rishi is considered to be the Mula Purusha for the Padmashalis and the weavers. So it's like that. Everything is taught by the Supreme Lord or his great representatives. Yeah. So definitely. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Mataji has a question. Today
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Actually, questioned by my daughter.
Oh.
So is Karanodakshay Vishnu also is accompanied by goddess Lakshmi Prabhuji, because he's in the paintings it is not shown.
His Karanodakshay Vishnu is accompanied by Lakshmi. Yes, yes, yes. Definitely. Brahma Samhita also says that. And sometimes she is called as Adi Lakshmi. Yeah. So Karanodakshay Vishnu is also there with always with Lakshmi. In the pictures it is not shown. That is right. She appears as Nidra. So his Nidra is his opulence is Lakshmi only, like that he is telling. Yeah. Brahma Samhita PPTs we depicted like that. Yeah. So the Nidra, he is always in the Yoga Nidra. That Nidra is his Sarup Shakti Lakshmi. Yeah. He is actually enjoying Nidra, means he is enjoying the association of Lakshmi. That's how you have to understand. Yesterday we were telling, for example, whenever Lord comes, Lakshmi comes. That is what Vishnu Purana verse says that. But when Lord comes as a brahmachari, Nara-Nārāyaṇa Rishi, yesterday I told that Lakshmi comes as Badari trees, the Regu trees, Badari trees, so that she is there. So always Lakshmi accompanies. And in Parshurama incarnation, in Shaktavesha avatar, where is Lakshmi? Lakshmi is not there. But yeah, he donated Bhumi to Kashyapa, like that. So not as wife, but he has in that form of association, because he defeated everybody and he got it. It's like that. Sometimes the wife of Shaktavesha Avatara is also told as the Shaktavesha Avatara of Lakshmi, and sometimes not. But some form or other, Lakshmi always associates with avatars. Yeah. Yes. Hare Krishna. And especially Swamsha Avataras. Lakshmi definitely is there with the Lord. Hare Krishna.